The money line bet might be the easiest bet in all of sports betting to understand, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's the easiest one to win with. Hello everybody, I'm Jay with ATS, and here's everything you need to know about money line betting. So I guess the first thing we should tackle is, what is money line betting? And money line betting is simply wagering on which team or competitor or player you think is going to win an upcoming sporting event. For example, let's say in the NBA, the New York Knicks are playing the Boston Celtics. A money line bet would simply be a wager on whether you think the Knicks or the Celtics would win that game, including overtime. Whoever wins when the final buzzer sounds, that is your winner on the money line. Now, what makes money line betting a little different than point spread betting, totals, props, and some of the other popular forms of sports wagering is the way that the odds are set up. So with a point spread, right, there's a handicap applied to either side. Depending on who you bet on, if you bet on the favorite, points will be taken away from their score when grading the point spread market. Well, if you bet on an underdog, points are added to that team's total. And since there's that kind of great equalizer of the point spread, the odds on each side of that market are typically around minus 110, which means you have to bet $110 to win 100. Of course, you can bet more or less depending on your budget, your bankroll, and the payout potentially would be adjusted proportionally based on those odds. Now, with the money line, you don't have minus 110 odds very often. Minus 110 odds on the money line suggests a dead even probability between each team of winning that upcoming game. Typically, you're going to see a money line that is skewed more heavily toward the favorite. So you might see the favorite favored by, let's say, odds of minus 130 if it's going to be a close game, but they're still favorites. Or if the favorite is a heavy favorite, you might see them somewhere, some crazy number, minus 5,000, which means that you have to wager $5,000 just to win $100. Now, as far as money line betting is concerned, yes, that minus 5,000 favorite theoretically has a much better chance to win their game than does a minus 110 or a minus 130 favorite, but you have to factor in the risk of laying down $5,000 to only potentially win $100. And that is the most important thing you have to remember when betting on money lines. Upsets happen in sports. Even the heaviest favorite can go down at any time, any day in any sport. March Madness, for example, has become known for its amazing upsets, right? The NFL playoffs, the NFL regular season. What do they say? Any given Sunday, which means any team can win any week against any opponent if they play their best. So just because a team is a very heavy favorite on the money line, there are no such thing as guarantees in sports betting. You must still bet responsibly, and you must still remember that there is some risk involved, even if you think one side is much better than the other. Now, as far as underdogs are concerned on the money line, you do not have to lay down more than you potentially win with them. You will see their odds start with a plus sign. So a team might be plus 150 or plus 200. And what the number after the plus sign means for a money line underdog is that you will win whatever that plus sign value is for every $100 that you risk. So a plus 200 underdog, if you risk $100, you would win a profit of $200 if that money line underdog were to win. So those odds make things very interesting from a strategic standpoint, right? Because the money line favorites are considered more likely to win by the sports books and the general public. However, the payouts are not as favorable as betting on underdogs. So bettors have to find a balance between betting on favorites who they think are going to win more often, or betting on underdogs that tend to pay out more, and finding those opportunities where there is value in betting on those underdogs. Now, from a strategy standpoint, of course, the question is, when is it better to bet on the favorite? When is it better to bet on the underdog? And there is no one-size-fits-all answer for that. When it comes to betting on money lines, whether it be the favorite or the underdog, Your job as a bettor is to analyze each matchup individually. Look at the position matchups in football and basketball. Look at the pitching matchups in baseball and how those interact with the batting orders of each team. Do the handicapping to determine where you think underdogs have a better chance than the odds suggest, or that favorites have a better chance of winning than their odds suggest. That is the way you're going to win on the money line, rather than blindly going with favorites or underdogs, or just kind of throwing guesses out there. It's all about the analysis of each matchup to be as successful as possible when betting on the money line. Of course, if you have any questions, be sure to hit the comments. We are here to help you with all your money line betting questions, and be sure to check out our other educational videos as well. I'm Jay Sannon with ATS. Good luck on all your money line bets.